best kept secret in the universe.
All right, we kicking off, man. The BKS experience, man. Yours truly, Mr. Live to Inspire, Eddie Brown.
And I'm celebrity photographer Ty Waterman. And I got my friend, my family member, my brother, in times like these, family matters. So I had to call my older brother, Mr. Darius McCrary. Y'all know him as Eddie Winslow. How y'all live? How you living?
Doing good, my brothers. Doing good.
All right.
You got the guitar, you got the acoustic, you in your zone. That's a nice little coping therapeutic. Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying, man? I was just thinking, if we don't come together, man, we'll never rise, If we don't learn to stand in unity and harmony, man, we might as well be working for the other side.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We need each other more than ever, man. And it's now or never.
Now or never. That's dope, man. That's dope, brother.
Yeah, y'all.
All right, so this is so we already technically did an interview with you and the cast, but we wanted to touch base with you, get a little catch up on what's been going on with you, but then also kind of talk about what's been going on, and maybe if we got time, play a little game with you. That sound cool with you, brother?
Okay, man. Y'all know you my guy, man. You know what I'm saying? You just hit me now, and you reminded me you were supposed to do this. Even with quarantine and all of this stuff going on, we working and we moving around and doing so much. You hit me. You said, "Hey, we live," and I said, "Oh man, I got to do this." So this was really important to me, and I appreciate you guys, man. For always coming through and being there for me. When I'm on the East Coast, and just supporting and uplifting what we do in our community, man. So let's get down, man, like Tommy Brown.
That's right. And you're a real one. So to kind of kick it off, you started with the music, and your roots go real deep in music to the point where something you're related technically to a California raisin. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. You're so funny. Yeah, my dad is a California raisin. Howard McCrary, the legendary Howard McCrary, man. He's one of the greatest musicians of all time, man. I was blessed to grow up with him, and my uncles, my aunts, and, his brothers and sisters, the McCrarys, which is indirectly the reason why I'm in show business. Because my father was doing a play, and he was working with Chip Fields, who's Kim's mom, and Auntie Chip saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and she took me in an audition, and I ended up getting the role in this movie called Big Shots, which is the first thing I ever did, and it was a starring role in a feature film for Laura Marr, worked with Ivan Reitman, the incomparable Mr. Reitman, and then from there I went on to do Mississippi Burning, which won an Oscar. And from there on, I had done a couple of different shows here and there. Whether it was a show called Amen or What's Happening was another show I did. And my mom, Miss Shay, who was my manager, and just an amazing lady, she saw to it that she would continue on and handle my career. But music has always been a major part of my life, my therapy, my stance, and my foundation. My dad's worked with Michael Jackson. He's worked with Shaka Khan, who's my aunt, and as well. And that's what we do. That's what the family do.
That's dope. Especially growing up around, you got a lot of famous aunties and uncles. That's a dope thing, man. And then for you to springboard into doing the acting, but then being able to showcase your music on the show that everyone knew you for. What was that like when you got to sing on the show? And people like, I didn't know Eddie could sing.
Man, it was real cool, man. It was an awesome experience to be able to showcase that talent. And I want to give props and kudos to the producers of the show, Family Matters. They saw our talents and they allowed us to showcase them and cultivate them. They allowed Jaleel White to write episodes. And, Jaleel, he brought Grandmama on the show, which in turn was an episode my brother Donovan was able to play the character of Spider. So it was an awesome feeling, man, to be able to work with my peers like Shanice Wilson and Tracy Spencer, who I love so much.
Oh, that episode.
Yeah. Tracy and I, we had an amazing chemistry and a wonderful time together that period in life. It was a wonderful opportunity and experience for us both. So yeah, man, I wrote a lot of those songs too. The song I sang with Shanice is called All I Know. I wrote that. And then I wrote a song called Give It Up. I wrote a song that I sang on the show called Sing You Walking. Yeah, man, it was a cool experience, It was a blessing.
That's awesome. I know I was going to ask if that's the only instrument that you play. But also it brought me back to the VHS at my cousin's house. We watched this movie all the time growing up, Something to Sing About. It was just amazing, seeing that kid, growing up, inspired by his grandmother and just singing, and being able to sing in the church, turning his life around, and then, now actually seeing the talent live here on the acoustic is amazing. So what was that journey like when you did that movie, Something to Sing About?
It was kind of cool, man. It was a great experience because Irma P. Hall is just a wonderful, wonderful actress, and what she meant to us, in Soul Food, and the role she portrayed, kind of along the same lines of Mother Winslow, So it was a blessing, man, to be able to use my talents, especially in a faith-based film like that. You know what I'm saying? Working with Tamara Mary. And Brian White, that was actually his first gig. So that's where Brian White and I met. And now we do Monogamy together, Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy. Wow. So it's a trip, man, how the circle of life works, man, when you come full circle. But Kirk Franklin was in that movie. And it was such an honor to work with Kirk. I love him so much. I was blessed to do that movie. And I kind of looked at it as my contribution, if you would, to humanity. And I could do things like that because it's an uplifting movie. It makes you feel good, like you said. It made you feel good. It gave you memories of your grandmother, And those are songs that I actually grew up singing. So it was kind of cool, man. It was a cool experience. And Brent Jones as well, who I love so much, man. Brent Jones is amazing, amazing gospel artist. He wrote those songs, and we collaborated. So it was great.
So did you have any memorable girlfriends on the show?
Let me see. Tracy Spencer. Tracy Spencer. Then it was Tracy Spencer. Then it was Tracy Spencer.
Say
and then
no
there was
more. Tracy Spencer?
Tracy Spencer. Yes, Tracy Spencer. No, Tammy Townsend, of course, who played Greta. She's just an amazing actress, and such a talent, and just so beautiful, inside and out. Just a beautiful person. We have great chemistry, and I'm looking forward to being able to work with her again. We actually reunited recently on Bentley Kyle Evans' show, Family Time, starring Omar Gooding. And that was really cool. The chemistry is still there, just like we never left.
All right, so let's see. I got a couple questions from some random people in a Facebook group called Family Matters Obsessed. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Y'all have such a following online. There's like 2 or 3 different groups dedicated to Family Matters, and let me see.
I'm
what is
so oblivious. I mean, it's so funny. I just want to say, it's not that you guys don't matter to me, to all the supporters. I don't call you guys fans. I call y'all supporters when you've been doing it as long as I have. that's support. That's not fan love.
Right.
Fans are here today, gone tomorrow. We've been rocking for over 30 years, you guys. I don't know if you know it, but we've been I've been paying attention. So y'all are supporters. Not that what you guys like doesn't matter to me, but I'm so oblivious to the world of Family Matters because I've just done so much before and since. It's just like it was a moment in time for me. So excuse me, pardon me if I feel a bit oblivious, or if I seem like I'm not in the know to all these groups and these different people who love Eddie Winslow, which was an awesome character, and it was such a pleasure being able to portray that young African American man at the time when I was blessed to be able to do it.
And especially like in these times that we're going through, people don't realize it was a character, but he was so like such a real person. And we see a lot of our young black males that are going through certain things right now that were just like that character. And I guess watching the show, it gives people an outlet like that are watching it in reruns and just the memories where they're seeing it and they can relate to what you would go through.
And that's why I will never belittle it. That's why I always say it was such a blessing to be able to play Eddie Winslow and to be able to portray that character. And once again, that speaks to the cognizance, the intelligence, and the intuitiveness of the producers of that show, and the collaboration that is shown with the proper camaraderie between producer and artist, because they allowed me to be able to do that. They allowed me to collaborate with wardrobe, to pick clothes that reflected the life of a young black man. They didn't claim to know the black experience. They didn't claim to be the end-all be-all. And it was a beautiful thing because, a show like Family Matters, it transcended race. There are a lot of people who come to me and said, look, I could have turned out racist, but I didn't because I got the chance to see what it was to really be inside of a black home. Mm-hmm. And I hope that, that experience, it really does depict what it is, because to me, this is the black experience. Family Matters was the black experience, and so it's an honor.
So this leads to my first question. The person that wrote it, but this is a question everybody keeps asking me. I just did a video with you guys. I'm not a part of the show, but Christy Capote, she asked, will there be a reunion show? She hopes so.
We don't know, we don't own the intellectual property of Family Matters, but I can tell you this, the cast is very close. We talk often. Bright McClure, I love you so much, Bright. You're little white, you my figure if you don't get no bigger. If you get bigger, you'll be a bigger figure. Kelly, y'all saw us together. I had to get on you because, you were talking about you had a crush on my
remember
sister.
that.
You can't be mad at me for that.
My brother.
If she wasn't your sister.
No, it's all right.
You remember that.
If she wasn't your sister.
So I know.
Nah, I have such admiration for Kelly. She's a beautiful soul,
It's great.
Just watching her, like even dealing with us, her interaction with us, just seeing her as a person, there's child stars who grow up and we already know you see nothing but the negative, but with her, you never got any wind of anything that was going on. In fact, I guess some people, they disappear, but when they disappear and they raise a family and they take care of their lives and then they're out in the community, beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Yeah. Now, Kelly's done an amazing job. I'm so proud of her. But we're all still really close. I just talked to my TV dad, Reginald Johnson, the other day. So, we don't know what the future holds, but I will tell you we're working on some things. So, y'all just stay with us. We promise we ain't gonna leave you. We ain't gonna leave you in the dust.
Now, Landon's mom, 1987, asked, what was your least favorite episode?
My least favorite episode. That's kind of hard to say. I don't know, because I honestly don't remember all of the episodes, so I don't want to be unfair. I will say this. I had more fun toward the midst of the run of the show, and my favorite episodes where it was Jaleel and Sean, and myself, and Shavar Ross as well. He was a wonderful actor, but I used to love anything I used to have to do with Jaleel. He's just so brilliant. His timing is impeccable. He's genius. So I always loved it. And I used to love when I would do stuff with Brighton, too. I didn't say that. So I used to love, because he was, Brighton is a 2-time Emmy winner. He just was nominated for another Emmy. And I knew back then that he was going to grow up to do amazing things. Just so proud of him.
Now, let me see. I'll put this as the last question from Facebook group. Let's see. This is from La_Nena_13.
Okay.
What was your most intense episode to film?
My most intense episode to film was an episode that was actually based on a real life situation where I was racially profiled by some police. It was so bad that I had to hold the story back because it was going to go to ABC. It was going to go public. It was going to go real bad. And so the producers decided to write an episode about it called Good Cop, Bad Cop. And man, when I tell you the emotion and the rage, it's just a difficult subject, man. I mean, we've been hated for so long in this country with all the contributions that we've made, all the love that we've given, all of the desire for acceptance. I look at Black people as a child. When you have a child, you don't have to beat your child. You don't have to harm your child. All you have to do is understand that your child has a willingness to please you, a willingness for acceptance from mom and dad. And if you're able to connect with that part of your child, you'll be able to guide your child in the proper direction that they need to go to be able to be a pillar of the family. And that's how I look at Black folks, man. We've tried so hard to be accepted and to please this nation and to please these people, from the cars we drive to, we tried to be accepted, man, from the neighborhoods we want to live in, from the careers we've had. We've always wanted that acceptance, man. And it's sad to see that it doesn't look like, it's something that we'll ever get. So what we have to do is find how to be happy within ourselves, with who we are. And we have to learn self-love and self-care. And once we do that, I think that everything else won't even matter.
So through all of that, and that's perfect you mentioned that episode because, racial profiling, then here we are, 2020, racial injustice, self-explanatory on what's going on today. But in the midst of that, just to leave it on a slight positive note, I know we'll talk more about some other stuff, but what actually gives you hope, Darius, through what you see that is positive, what you see that people are trying to do, what actually gives you hope as a person, seeing how this world is just turning upside down with racial injustice?
First off, I'm going to say hope is for suckers and fools. I don't hope anymore. I don't have hope in humanity. I don't. What I do have is I have faith in God.
Faith, okay.
And my faith in God and my faith in me, knowing who I am in God and what I mean to God, is what keeps my head above water. I know that God's not going to let me drown. And if God's not going to let me drown, God's not going to put me in a position not to save my brother if my brother wants to be saved.
Amen.
My faith cannot be shaken because I understand what it is that I'm here to do. And I know that God is not going to ever leave me without a surplus or without supply to complete what it is my God has created me to do, man. And that's evident whenever I receive the love and I receive the warm embrace from my people. And something else, man, I've really found, and y'all can be mad at me for saying this, I don't mean y'all because I know y'all know, I found that all my people ain't always the same color as me.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we've had a number done on us that's so cold-blooded that there's a programming and a conditioning that a lot of us have to work, just like we work to be down and work to be cool and work to be that flies cat that walk in a room with the baddest bee in the room. We got to work that hard to shape this programming and this conditioning so that we can get into, as I stated before, self-love. Because see, if I love myself and I understand that I'm beautiful, I'm not going to allow anybody else's standard to put a cap on what it is that I can achieve. I don't want what you got. I don't want what she got. I don't want what he got. If by me wanting what this next person has, I can be shortchanging the blessings that my God has created for me, has actually created me to receive. Your finish line ain't my finish line. It's a different race, even though we all in the human race. So it's a blessing whenever I'm embraced and when I receive love for what I've done. And that, not me being a star, not that. It's just like our relationship, bro. It's like our relationship, bro. When we see each other, we're family.
Right.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing to me, man. I can go anywhere, and man, if for some reason, I left my wallet at home, or if I change my pants and I ain't got $5, somebody gonna make sure I got a sandwich. and that right there, man, is what reinforces my faith that my God will supply all my needs.
Amen. His riches and glory.
Boom.
That's right.
Faith. I know we was on that level. I would have went to faith. I'm sorry, but you picked it up. There we go.
It's all good. Hey, listen, Jesus suffered babies and fools. And so, it's our job to try and be like Jesus. Well, I don't want to be just like Jesus because they killed him. So who am I?
I ain't built to be on no cross.
I ain't built like that, but I'm going to do all I can.
Different time.
I'll stand out there with you. I might, throw some of these, but, you want to do what? Didn't Jesus already do that? I'm good. But, yeah, so with everything in this world going on, like, prior to COVID and all that, how has things changed for you, slowed down, or have you been able to do anything creatively now that you've had time to sit?
Man, it's been a whole lot of this going on, man, And, I've been working on some projects, putting some things together. We got some awesome stuff that we're going to be doing. Monogamy season 3 is coming back, but it's not season 3. It's actually season 2B. Craig Ross Jr.'s Monogamy. That'll be coming back. Working with the legendary Gary Payton, the Glove, on some projects. Yeah, that's my big brother. Y'all call me your big brother. That's my big brother. he raised me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Way back. So when y'all saw me in 35 ticket popping that gum and acting like that, that was my tip of the hat. That was GP personified. That's where I got that from. But GP wasn't as bad as Big West. But yeah, man, we got some cool stuff coming up. Working with some great people on some great things. We're putting together a documentary, which I want to holler at you about the birth of hip hop.
Wow!
And that's the Gene Anderson story. So we got some cool stuff that we're working on in pre-production and development, man. And I'm excited to be I'm an executive producer on Monogamy along with the other cast members. And so I'm excited about my transition from acting to producing and directing. And that's where my focus is now more, so we're working on some cool stuff. I got these intensive classes coming up that I'm teaching, hosting with Jovan Dawkins and Eric Dawkins. Music legend called the MAP Intensive, and you guys should go to the MAP at the MAP. All my social media is just Darius McCrary at Darius McCrary, or realdariusmccrary.com, and we got some cool stuff coming up.
Okay, now you didn't mention you playing a Godfather, a legendary
JB.
James Brown. What is that about? You alluded that you were going to do something on American Soul. I didn't know James
God,
Brown,
hit
come on.
me. Somebody say hit me. I said stick me. You too heavy not to hit me. Good God. Hit me. Somebody say soul power. What we need. Soul power. What we want. Soul power. What we missing. Soul power. Got to have it. Soul power.
Wow.
How did that come into play, man?
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? I'd be on some BT, and I just got to give kudos to the awesome production staff, Jesse Collins and Judy McCrary and Horn, and Carl and Robbie Reed, who cast the show. Robbie, she cast me for it, and this would be like the second time, maybe even the third time that Robbie said, "Darius, you were perfect for this role." And she sees things in me that I don't even see. And that's why it's important that you listen to those people who God sends into your life to remind you sometimes who you are. But you know, Robbie, she's a legend in Hollywood production game. So she cast me in it, and I had to show out, man. You can't half do a play with the Godfather soul, man. You got to bring it.
Got to bring it.
Yeah, man. Such an important, iconic figure in our community. And if you haven't researched James Brown, research what he did. He was the first black man to own a radio station. And, you know, he supported so many civil rights causes. And, you know, he wrote songs like Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, you know. So, you know, that's the Godfather of Soul, hardest working man in show business. And my daughter agrees.
Right. Hit a baby in the back.
She might think that her daddy is, but I get it. I get it. So, did they make you do the split?
No, I didn't have to do the split, but I got that in me. So you know, maybe we'll see. You know, if the show goes on, you know, and we end up doing some more, we might see that. I'm looking forward to being able to work with the legendary Babyface as well.
Wow. See, yeah. You got
gets better and
any
better.
more questions before we get
before we get into the game, just really your advice. I know this connection is stable. Just really your advice on people. I know between obstacles and adversities you may face throughout your career, those that are interested in the media and entertainment, as we need more flavor like you with a message behind what you're doing, not just acting for the money and things like that, but a powerful message behind what you're doing. What would you give advice to aspiring actors or anybody that's in the media that's coming up?
Remember that the power is in creating, not imitating. You know, and so often we see a lot of imitations, but these days we ain't seeing too many creations. You know, I like to see what guys like Kendrick Lamar are doing, guys like J. Cole are doing. You know, Chris Brown, and you know. It's important that we remember that everybody has a story in them. It's important for us to learn to write. You know, we have to write, man, and we have to create, and we have to get back to innovation. And remember that all money ain't good money. You know, you can't dance on every stage, and you can't sing every song. Every platform ain't for you. You know, I come from an era where we never even used the word clout. We never even use the word likes. We use the word fame, and we use the word name. So that said, you have to hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. And remember that a good name is worth far more than choice silver. That's what the Bible told me.
All right. So as we get ready to wrap this up, we have this game that we want to play.
Yeah, man.
So last time we played a theme show trivia. We call it our pull your card experience, right? This time we're playing an actual game.
Hey, y'all got me with that game too. Y'all had me going with that
You remember?
Yeah.
You ain't gotta sing on this one. But feel free to.
What y'all got this time? Yeah.
So This is an act. So that one we made I scoured the internet and got the lyrics and said I'm gonna talk out the lyrics and see if I can get you. So this game
Bring me that baby.
is called. It's actually the Pull Your Card R&B edition. This the little mascot right
snap.
here. So yep. So we're doing Pull Your Card R&B edition. So we're gonna ask you 4 questions.
Y'all know I got a bunch of homies, man. I was just on the line the other day with Big Bub. We went live. So
Big
you
Bub.
know, shout out to Big Bub.
So if you get these wrong, I don't know. They might get you. They might blur your face on the James Brown episode.
Uh-oh.
So let's see how you did. You did good with the theme show. But yeah, so this is the Pull Your Card experience. And so shout out to my man Hero Lee who created this. So here we go. We're gonna get into it.
Y'all are wild for this. Let's see what you got.
All right. I'm gonna start off somewhat simple.
Okay, appreciate it.
This singer discovered silk and cut close.
Keep Sweat.
You got it? Uh-oh.
Could you repeat that for the sake of prosperity?
Keep Sweat.
You are correct.
He is correct.
Yes.
Hey, man,
Okay.
listen, so you know, Keith is my man. Shout out to Keith Sweat. Every time I see Mr. Sweat, if y'all knew how much money he had and all the hits he wrote, y'all would address him as Mr. Sweat too.
Mr. Sweat.
Mr. Sweat.
I tell Mr. Sweat, listen, man, I'm not gonna be here playing with you, Keith. I need all the hits tonight. He said, I only got one, man. I can only do one. You know, I'm a one-hit wonder. I said, don't you play with me, Mr. Sweat. I need all the hits. I need them all.
All of them.
I can for you, man. Hey, you go out there and light them up.
Here we go. Next up, Shaka Khan's 1984 song, I Feel For You, was written and originally released by this artist 5 years earlier.
Prince.
Come on, man.
What are you doing?
Sorry, Mark. One of the greatest producers in the world. If I'd have messed that one up, and then Prince. Now look, at Prince is my man too. So listen, you know, he was the first to do the pop-up concerts. Prince would do this. And so I actually had so much love from the Purple One that he did a 21-night stand concert in Los Angeles at the Forum, saved the Forum. He was actually supposed to get some ownership from the Forum, but the company that threw the concerts, they didn't make good on their side of the agreement. Anyway, Prince, I went 21 nights of the concert. He was just so amazing, man, that he knew every ticket that was left at will call. He knew how many. Yes, he was that astute of a businessman. So he had one pop-up concert. This wasn't at the Forum. This was at a smaller venue. And I popped up at the pop-up concert. And so his assistant at the time, Grace, she's so wonderful. She said, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I figured I'd take the chance. I had this girl I was dating. I wanted to impress. And I said, I just need 2 tickets. And there's a line around the block and all these celebrities. She said, really? She goes, oh my God, I'm going to tell your father. I'm going to choke you. She said, wait right here. And so she went and came back. And I got 2 tickets at the pop-up concert. And, you know, Prince, you know, he played. He looked at me and winked at me from the stage. Like, you know, I was supposed to be there. And I hung out with him afterward, where they played afterward all night long. You know, we never spoke of the fact that I just popped up. That's how I knew I had love from the Purple God.
Wow.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That experience lasts a lifetime. You're going to tell that story forever. All right. This 1975, This 1975 Earth, Wind, and Fire song contains the line, I'm in the wrong place to be real. A, After the Love Has Gone. B, Devotion. C, Reasons. D, The Way of the World.
Reasons.
Well,
Oh,
he's on the roll.
I'm in the wrong place to be real.
Yeah.
Okay. Now these is a little bit too. I don't know. They too easy for you.
No, you guys. You know, I'm a McCrary. You guys, probably know more about music than I do about film and television. I know quite a little bit about music, film, and television.
If you get this wrong, though, I'm gonna have to call the producers up on American Soul and say we got to do something about this. But there's a reason, and that reason is 2 members of this group were Soul Train dancers when selected to form the group by the show's creator, Don Cornelius. Is it A, DeBarge, B, Midnight Star, C, Shalimar, or D, Switch?
It's got to be, I think I'm a Shalimar.
I quit.
He's on a roll.
Don't take it personal. Howard Hewitt is a great friend of my father's. And Carolyn Griffey, who's Dick Griffey's daughter, she is my heart. I love her so dearly. So
I'm a post my picture with Howard Hewitt, and when you see it, you got to look at it because a lot of people kept saying, "Is that your daddy?" I was like, "Wait, he looked like my daddy, Mama."
Hey, you be posting the flyers pics, by the way. I think you just posted one of Uncle Stevie. And I was like, I'm stealing this. I'm stealing this.
Yo, just like, I may not be an actor. I may not be famous on that level. Just a kid from the hood that had dreams. For me to be able to be in a room talking with these people, it's amazing. I like to say that I went to the stars and never got on a rocket ship. And
that's what's even better, man, though, because it just shows that it takes every kind of people, and we are everyday people, man. We need each other, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, brother, salute to you, and I always tell you that, it's amazing, and we couldn't do what we do without you, So, thank you both, man. I just appreciate you guys, man.
We definitely appreciate you.
Yes,
thank you for doing this. Like I said, this is my brother right here. I'm sorry about the Lord thing. Forgive me. But there's a whole line of celebrity crushes.
I understand. It's a rare condition.
That was a good one. Rare condition.
That's right.